My name is Godwin. I am 80 years old, blind and crippled. But don't pity me because I have found peace, a peace greater than anything this world could ever give. Let me tell you my story. I was once a rich man, the kind of man everyone wanted to be around. Back in my younger years, I owned businesses across eastern Nigeria. I had cars, houses, and people who called me their friend. My family was proud of me, and my name opened doors wherever I went. But life is unpredictable. At the age of 60, I fell ill with a disease that took away the use of my legs. The doctor said there was no cure. It was devastating. Suddenly, I was no longer the strong, confident man everyone admired. My businesses began to fail. People I trusted betrayed me. Friends stopped calling. Even my family, my own blood, began to pull away. They said they were too busy. But the truth, they were ashamed of me. I became a burden, an embarrassment. By the time I turned 70, I lost my sight completely. The darkness swallowed me whole. My wife had already left, and my children. They abandoned me. I was left alone in a broken-down hut at the edge of my village. No money, no family, no friends. I was angry. Angry at the world. Angry at God. I would sit in the darkness and scream, "Why me? What did I do to deserve this?" But there was no answer. Until one night. I don't know how to explain it, but in the silence of that night, I heard something deep in my heart. It wasn't a loud voice, just a whisper. It said, "Pray." I laughed bitterly. Pray? To who? The God who took everything from me. But the whisper came again. Pray. So I prayed. Not because I believed anything would change, but because I had nothing else. At first, the prayers were full of bitterness. I would cry and complain. But the more I prayed, the lighter I began to feel. It was as if a heavy load was being lifted off my shoulders. And then something miraculous happened. I began to hear music, not with my ears, but in my heart. Beautiful melodies, simple yet powerful. I started humming them, and then I began to sing. My voice was shaky at first, but the more I sang, the stronger it became. I would tap rhythms on the walls of my hut, composing songs about my pain, my anger, and eventually, my gratitude. Yes, gratitude. Because in those moments of singing, I realized something. Even though I had lost everything, I still had God, and God was enough. The villagers started hearing my songs. At first, they thought I was just an old man rambling in his loneliness. But then they began to listen. Really listen. They would come to my hut and sit outside just to hear me sing. Some of them even brought me food. Not out of pity, but because my songs touched them. One day, a young man visited me. He had traveled all the way from the city. He said, "Papa Godwin, the world needs to hear your music. I want to take you to America's Got Talent." I laughed. Me, a blind, crippled old man. But he insisted. He said my songs carried something divine, something the world needed. And so, here I am. Now, as I'm here on this stage, I want you to know one thing. God never abandons his own. Even in the deepest darkness, he is there. I lost my sight, but God gave me vision. I lost my legs, but he gave me a song. I lost my wealth, but he gave me peace. So don't pity me. I am richer now than I ever was when I had money. I came here today to share the song that God gave me. It is called When the Darkness Became Light. It is my story, but it is also a testimony of what God can do for anyone who calls on him.
In the valley of shadow, so deep and wide, felt my heart beat out an echo I couldn't hide. Prayed for mercy in the middle of the night. Then I saw your face when the darkness became light. Tears like rivers carved on a weary soul. Heavy burdens, crushing dreams turned to cold. Whispered promises of dawn in the dead of night. Your hand pulled me up when the darkness became light. Whoa, the storm it raged, but you held me tight. Found my faith again in the endless fight. In your grace I stood, felt heaven's open wide. I found peace within when the darkness became light. Through the thunder and the roar of doubt so loud, felt your gentle touch, it broke through every cloud. You lifted my heart, gave wings to take flight. In your love I soared when the darkness became light. In the silences that screamed and tore my mind, seek and you shall find echoes long confined. In your name I call with all my might. Felt the chains break free when the darkness became light. Oh, the storm it raged, but you held me tight. Found my faith again in the